What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into episode number 779 of Victory Monday edition of Underground Sports Philadelphia, presented by the city of Vineland. It's your boy KB coming at you solo dolo to help you get your week started off on the right foot, on the left foot, so that you're walking on the road to victory. We are here to talk about the 3-0 Philadelphia Eagles, their amazing, miraculous comeback win over the Los Angeles Rams today at Lincoln Financial Field. We will talk all about big man Jordan Davis doing the damn thing, coming up in the clutch, plus Jalen Hurts taking the game into his own hands and showcasing why he is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. We'll talk about a lot of the highlights. We'll talk about the Fightin' Phils as they unfortunately drop their final road series of the season, the regular season. Hopefully they don't drop any more road series this season, but they do fall to the Arizona Diamondbacks 2 out of 3 out in Arizona. We'll talk about that, what it means moving forward. 6 home games left. I might be in the building on Wednesday, hopefully seeing us clinch a first-round bye. But nonetheless, we'll talk about the Phils, and we'll talk about that Philadelphia Union gut check that I put out there for the people and that I put out there for the team, and they rose to the occasion this weekend at Subaru Park. So we will talk about that as well. Lot to get into here on this episode, so strap in, get ready, and make sure you guys are following us on the socials at Underground PHI across the board. We're on every social platform, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. Be sure to follow us on the socials at Underground PHI. Follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311, KBIZZLE11 on Instagram and Threads. Subscribe to the pod, subscribe to the pod, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave us a 5-star review. It helps this show continue to grow, and it allows us to continue evolving this company so that it becomes my full-time job and that I'm not groggy and tired by the time you guys are listening to this because I'm headed to my day job. Let me get out of that day job. Keep subscribing, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel as well, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. Leave a like on the video. Drop a comment in the comment section. Click that bell icon so you know whenever new videos go live. We are at 1,106 subscribers, which means we are 94 away from our next 100 subscriber milestone. So keep subscribing, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. Leave a like on the video, drop a comment in the comment section, click that bell icon so you know whenever new videos go live. And this show, guys, is proudly presented by the city of Vineland. And like I've been saying for a long time now, and I'm going to keep saying it for the next couple of months, the Garden State Comic Fest is coming to the new Vineland Convention Center Saturday, November 15th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, November 16th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Meet Melissa Joan Hart. Yes, Sabrina the Teenage Witch will be in my city. Plus, fan favorite stars like Dan Parent, the legendary Archie's comic artist and writer, Kevin Clash, the voice of Elmo, Baby Sinclair, and Splinter, and, of course, Keith Williams, the iconic comic book inker from Marvel, and more. Comics, cosplay, collectibles, and over 6,000 fans. You can visit gscfvineland.com for all the details. Again, the Garden State Comic Fest is coming to the new Vineland Convention Center Saturday, November 15th and Sunday, November 16th. For all the details, visit gscfvineland.com. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast.
The Vineland Municipal Utilities is committed to helping your business succeed. As a community-owned utility, our focus is on service, not profit. From site planning to powering your operations, we can help you achieve your strategic goals. Whether it's a customized cost analysis of your usage needs, engineering support to ensure a smooth interconnection, or offering lower rates than neighboring utilities, we want to be your partner in creating an environment for long-term success. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Eagles Nation everywhere, how are we doing on this Victory Monday as our Philadelphia Eagles once again walk away victorious against the Los Angeles Rams by a final score that was just so glorious. A final score of 33-26. And everybody, it's Victory Monday, so you know what that means. It's time to crack open an ice-cold Kenwood Beer, the official beer partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. It's a refreshing light beer, just 4.1% ABV, 120 calories, just 8 grams of carbs. You guys can go to kenwoodbeer.com, use the Kenny Finder, see who's got Kenwood Beer on tap in the Philadelphia, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, Maryland, and Delaware areas. You can also find Kenwood Beer at your local liquor stores, convenience stores, and supermarkets in those areas wherever those filters apply for you. Again, that's kenwoodbeer.com. Must be 21 or older to do so. And as always, guys, please drink and celebrate Victory Monday responsibly. We got a fun one to talk about here, everybody. The Philadelphia Eagles improved to 3-0. 3-0, 3-0. Just a beautiful, beautiful feeling that the Eagles won that game where they were down. They were down 26-7 at one point. It was 26-7 in the third quarter, and the Eagles win 33-26. They go 26 unanswered. Like, what other quarterback in the NFL is putting up 26 unanswered along with the rest of his squad? Jalen Hurts, that's for damn sure. Jalen Hurts finishes 21 of 32, 226 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, also scored a rushing touchdown to put the Eagles on the board first, following an incredible Zach Bond interception. The bald eagle continues to fly in year 2 in Midnight Green. Just an unbelievable game. And I mean, the Eagles held the Rams to a field goal on their offensive possession, and then Devontae Adams gets away with offensive pass interference that puts the Rams up 10-7. And the Rams go field goal in the second quarter, puts them up 19-7 at halftime. Kyron Williams, 10-yard touchdown from Matthew Stafford. It's 26-7. All while Lane Johnson left this game due to a neck stinger. It seems like he's going to be pretty much good to go for next week, according to all reports, including his own tweets, that he'll be back. And Matt Pryor, how do I put this nicely? You are not a right tackle, my friend. Matt Pryor was horrid in this game. Adoree Jackson was horrid in this game. And at the end of the day, it took until the third quarter to make the adjustments that the Eagles needed to make, putting in my hashtag vibes guy, Fred Johnson, in at right tackle. First time he's played right tackle since week 4 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year when Lane Johnson was out. And it came out that he did not practice at right tackle at all this week. And then it took you long enough to put in Ja'Cory Bennett, who, while he was still allowing catches to Puka Nacua, he was completing the tackles. Adoree Jackson cannot tackle. Ja'Cory Bennett at least was finishing tackles and not allowing additional yards after the catch. So that was frustrating that it took that long for those adjustments. I think it was even more frustrating that it took Jalen Hurts getting into a little bit of a spat, and it's not even that it's that serious, but you could tell he was frustrated, and he said some words to Kevin Patullo, and from there on out, the offense changed. Jalen Hurts took things into his own hands, and they found a way to win. Dallas Goedert scores in the third quarter, 11:38 left to go in the third, a 33-yard pass from Jalen Hurts. 2:16 left to go in the third quarter. A.J. Brown scores on a 9-yard pass from Jalen Hurts, makes it 26-21. A minute 48 to go in the fourth quarter. 4-yard pass from Jalen Hurts to Devontae Smith. 27-26, failed 2-point conversion. Defense is gassed. They're moving down the field. And then Jordan Davis, 61-yard blocked field goal return for a touchdown. We will talk more about the big man block, the thick six, because it was spectacular. But I think this game, while it was ugly, while it was on the edge of your seat for 99% of it, while we were kicking and screaming that entire first half about how frustrated we were, there's a lot of positives to take away from this second half and a lot of just greener pastures to come this season because of it. We saw what this offense was capable of in a half of football. We saw what the Eagles were able to do when you let Jalen Hurts be Jalen Hurts. We saw what the Eagles were able to do when you allow A.J. Brown to go one-on-one and play in man coverage, and he beats his matchup. We see the value of a Dallas Goedert in this offense. And it goes without saying, Jalen Hurts is he's a fucking awesome quarterback in the NFL. He's genuinely a top 5 quarterback in the NFL for me. However you want to rank him, sure, but I don't think we can move forward anymore, especially after seeing what Jalen has done here, what he has done on the biggest of big stages, the jersey I'm wearing if you're watching on YouTube. We've seen this time and time again from him, and it's one of those things that he doesn't have to do this every week. But just because he doesn't have to do it every week doesn't mean he's not capable of doing it. And I think a lot of the talking heads, a lot of fans, a lot of people just in general think because Jalen Hurts doesn't go out, week in and week out and throw for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns like some other quarterbacks have to do, that it makes Jalen Hurts incapable of doing it. And that's just simply not the case. He is magnificent. This was a Jalen Hurts masterclass in the second half. This game showcased how valuable Dallas Goedert is to this offense. I know there was a lot of chatter about whether or not Dallas Goedert should be back over the offseason. A lot of talk about how he could have potentially been traded at the draft, this, that, and the third. Dallas Goedert is so valuable to this offense, and it's not even just in the passing game. What Dallas Goedert does run blocking, what Dallas Goedert does pass blocking, what Dallas Goedert does that doesn't show up on the stat sheet every single week is so valuable. And you saw it today with a number of plays. You saw it with obviously him scoring the touchdown, but you saw it with Jalen Hurts running the football. You saw it with Saquon starting to run the football more as, the offense got more creative. You saw how valuable number 88 in white and midnight green numbers today was to this offense. And I think, while it won't be remembered per se as these big moments, Dallas Goedert was a huge reason the Eagles won this game today. Scoring that touchdown was huge. In the moment that he scored it, how open he was, and then what he did, in between the tackles and doing the dirty work, Dallas Goedert, unbelievable performance from him today. You look at what A.J. Brown was able to do today. Just impeccable A.J. Brown masterclass. 6 catches, 109 yards and a touchdown. And if we rewind a little bit, Week 12 against the Los Angeles Rams out in L.A. in 2024, A.J. Brown also recorded 6 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown. Pretty sweet. Devontae Smith, big catch after big catch in this game. You look at Devontae's stats in this one. He ended up 8 catches, 60 yards, and then the game-winning touchdown. He was magnificent in this one. And getting the passing offense going, I think, is going to help this team more than just the surface level of what people think. I think now that it's out there that, hey, the Eagles can pass the ball, it's going to open up things for Saquon Barkley in the run game. It's going to open up a lot of the QB option stuff so that Jalen Hurts can kind of do some read options. And again, like, I don't care if Jalen Hurts is a perfect passer rating. I don't need him to go 32 for 32. 21 of 32 today is perfectly fine. You know, he had 11 incomplete passes, but no interceptions. He took care of the football. Sure, did he get sacked a couple times? Did he fumble here and there? He recovered one, he lost one. But at the end of the day, I'm okay with the Eagles, and I'm okay with Jalen Hurts taking a little bit more risk if it means it's going to open up the offense to be what we saw in the second half. And I was just thoroughly impressed through and through with the composure and with the belief that Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni, and crew really had in this game. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith were magnificent. Jalen motherfucking Hurts, baby. Remember the name. Dallas Goedert was sensational. And Fred Johnson, man. I said here on this very podcast the week that the Eagles traded for Fred Johnson to bring him back. He signed in Jacksonville as a free agent this offseason. And I was pretty bummed that he was going to Jacksonville because I thought he was a key depth piece to this offensive line last year and a big reason why the Eagles were able to go on and win the Super Bowl. Because he was able to fill in when needed and when called upon. It didn't matter where you needed him. Fred Johnson was ready to answer the call. Fred Johnson answered the call today and did it with immaculate poise. Not practicing at right tackle all week. He stepped in and did an admirable job. Admirable job for Fred Johnson. That guy is a fucking vibes guy through and through, and I am so, so happy for him to be back here. He wanted to be here, and, you know, money talks. When you're a Super Bowl champion, money talks, and that's totally fine. I was happy for Fred to go get paid because I thought he was going to be a starter in Jacksonville. But then when he came back, say less. Say less. Fred Johnson, that he is one of my 3 stars of this game. My 3 stars of this game, Fred Johnson is certainly one of them. And just a brilliant job. Just a brilliant job. Like it showed the moment that Matt Pryor was removed from the game and Fred Johnson went in. Things started to change. The offense looked more competent. Jalen Hurts had more time to survey the field. Saquon Barkley had more time to survey his running lanes. Fred Johnson, if Lane Johnson has to miss time at all the rest of this season moving forward, Fred Johnson needs to be the guy because he earned it today. He earned every bit of being the backup right tackle, of being the backup swing tackle, whatever you want to label him as. He needs to be the guy. Matt Pryor, not it. Not it. Matt Pryor, I think, if anything, is like a Mekhi Becton type, and you kick him inside and let him be a swing guard. He ain't got it at right tackle, I'll tell you that much. Fred Johnson, he does have it at right tackle, and he showed it today and is a big reason why the Philadelphia Eagles are 3-0. So kudos to Fred Johnson in this game. Also kudos to Jalen motherfucking Carter, baby. Mr. Carter, where have you been? He has been all over the goddamn field and doing big things for this team. The way that Jalen Carter was able to block that one field goal earlier in the game, it tips off of Jordan Davis, so he gets credit for the tip as well. But then you watch the film, someone broke it down on Twitter, and I'm apologies for not remembering who it was. You zoom in and you see Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter talking to each other before that final kick attempt that ends up getting blocked for the touchdown. And they so clearly know some sort of tendency. They see something. And the fact that they were able to pick it up, they got the time out there to kind of converse and oversee things. You can kind of see Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis going in a V shape on the line, and then Jalen Carter just goes straight forward, which allows Jordan Davis to go over top and get his hands up, block the kick, and then they go scoop score 61 yards to the house to seal the deal. Jalen Carter was fantastic in this game. And on top of that, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Elliott Shore-Parks puts out a video interview of Jalen Carter responding to a question about the final play. And Jalen Carter has Jared Verse's number 8 chain on his neck. This man snatched Jared Verse's chain. Jared Verse put up his chain in a bet and lost. That's the only explanation I have. I don't know what the case was. I don't know. But Jalen Carter had a number 8 chain on his neck at the end of that game. And oh my God, I still cannot stop laughing about how goddamn funny that is. Jalen Carter will block your field goals and he will snatch your chain. What a demon. What an absolute demon Jalen Carter is, man. That dude absolutely rocks. And the fact that he went out there, made a bet, allegedly, with Jared Verse and said, hey, put your chain up. He's the best. He's the best. That dude, how can you hate Jalen Carter, man? He's so awesome. And the fact that he plays for the Philadelphia Eagles is just that much better. He snatched that man's chain. Chain snatching, field goal blocking, game winning, son of a gun. Let me get 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo! Jalen Carter is the man. What an absolute legend. And then, of course, my sweet prince, my sweet 336-pound, 6'6" prince, Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis. There are a lot of people on the internet that owe Jordan Davis a huge, huge apology. That man has put in the work leading into this season, has put it in this season, and I put it on record. I'll put it on record here, too. I believe I tweeted it out. I'll double check after I finish recording this episode here, but I'm pretty sure I put it on the record. Jordan Davis has been one of the 3 most important Philadelphia Eagles to start the 2025 campaign. The way that guy has played out of his mind. The way he stepped up against Dallas when Jalen Carter got ejected. The way he played against the Kansas City Chiefs. And the way he played today, having the best game of his career to date. Jordan Davis has been a top 3 most important Philadelphia Eagle in 2025. I don't know where this team would be 3 weeks into the season if Jordan Davis was not here. He has put in the work. He has earned every bit of praise. He has been excellent to start this season. And this is exactly what everyone has wanted to see from Jordan Davis, and then some. He's going above and beyond what everyone has expected of him to start this year, and it has been beautiful to watch. I'm so thrilled for him. He is truly turning into a fan favorite, I think, right before our eyes, and the way that he is playing right now speaks for itself. He has been so dynamic in so many different ways. On defense, today on special teams, multiple times. He hit a max speed of 18.579, I believe, miles per hour on that on the block kick return for a touchdown. He is the heaviest player in NFL history to return a blocked field goal 50-plus yards for a touchdown. Fastest peak speed for a player his size since at least 1978. He hustled. He said, I don't think I've ran that fast since my 40 at the combine. Jordan Davis has been incredible this season, and I could not be more proud of him. I could not be happier that he has put in the work and is showcasing his talents the way that he is. And like I said, I'll say it again here, Jordan Davis has been a top 3 most important Philadelphia Eagle in 2025. And I hope it continues that way. I hope Jordan Davis continues to showcase his talents to say, hey, at the end of the year, one of the team MVPs, Jordan Davis. He has been excellent, and I'm so proud of him, man. He deserves every bit of praise, deserves every bit of, post-game press conference shine, and he's just such a happy human, too. And I love seeing him at the mic, love seeing him at the podium. He's so thoughtful and detailed with his responses to the media. I love Jordan Davis, man. I would love to have him on this show. He is a ray of sunshine. And the fact that he had his best game of his career, in my opinion, today when they needed him most, speaks volumes of the work he's put in and how valuable he has been to start this season. So kudos to Jordan Davis, man. Just an unbelievable win. Unbelievable win. Before I keep talking about this unbelievable win, I want to talk to you guys about our awesome pals over at FOCO. Guys, FOCO are the leaders in forever collectibles. You want to talk about a company that is making sure you're styling and profiling, repping the birds all season long. FOCO, they're innovators. They are truly the best in the game. They are a leading manufacturer of sports and entertainment merchandise, celebrating more than 25 years in the industry. They've got you covered for all things Eagles, okay? You want to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles and being styling and profiling? Like, let me tell you right now, I'm going to go to their website, and I'm going to look at their Philadelphia Eagles gear. They've got these beautiful, beautiful Eagles crew neck sweatshirts. They've got beautiful banner-raising Eagles bobbleheads. They got your Eagles cowboy hats. They got the Eagles track jackets. Ooh, the track jacket is beautiful. Beautiful. They got hats. They got zip-up tops for the ladies. They got hoodies. They got shirts. They've got everything you could imagine. And if I'm not mistaken as well, they've got the Eagles overalls. Okay? The Eagles overalls are a must-have for any Eagles fan. They've got the Super Bowl champion Eagles overalls as well. Use our link in the description. Shop with our friends at FOCO. Make sure that you use our link so they know you're coming from us. And when you sign up for text messages, you get 10% off your order. So use our link in the description. Shop with our friends at FOCO. And make sure you're styling and profiling this bird season, courtesy of our friends at FOCO. And we thank them for being a proud partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. And on top of this, too, with the Eagles, you want to talk about how the national media will not be talking about how Jalen Hurts is the better quarterback in this game either, because it was for only a half. But at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts was the better quarterback in this game against the Los Angeles Rams. He showed up. Matthew Stafford was not good at all. 19 of 33, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Quinyon Mitchell shut down Devontae Adams. Puka Nacua got his, but he didn't score. Yards at the end of the day don't matter. And I thought the Eagles' defense played admirably in this game. They really stepped up when the Eagles needed them. And even when they were on the field for as long as they were, I was very impressed by how the Eagles stepped up and really showcased what they were able to do defensively And I hope it continues. I hope that the Eagles are able to keep showcasing, their defensive prowess, being a defensive-minded team, and then the offense taking the reins when they need to and showcasing those talents. We still haven't had a Saquon Barkley game this season. Saquon Barkley has not popped off in 2025 just yet. He had 18 rushes for 46 yards in this game. The Rams did a great job shutting him down. Against the Chiefs, he had 22 carries for 88 yards and a touchdown. And against the Cowboys, he had 60 yards on 18 carries and 1 touchdown. He's got 194 yards on the season, okay, compared to last year when he finished with 2,005. And I'm not saying Saquon's going to be a 2,000-yard rusher again, but I'm also not saying he's going to wind up rushing for 500 yards this year. Things will pop off for Saquon. He's going to get his. There's going to be games where Saquon's going to be able to get his, and who knows, maybe it's against Tampa Bay next week, which we'll talk about later on this week with that matchup and previewing that. But the fact that this offense still hasn't clicked is pretty awesome. And on top of that, I think the quote from Nick Sirianni in his post-game locker room speech was really, really awesome. And it got me fired up because it's true. This quote here is true. Nick Sirianni said, "There's something dangerous about a team that doesn't stop fighting." And that's so, so valid. There is something dangerous about a team that doesn't stop fighting. And the Eagles never quit. They fought until the very last second. And it was a job well done by the Philadelphia Eagles. And hopefully we all, because of the result, we will all remember where we were. We will remember the 21st night of September in 2025. Job well done, birds. Way to be. Way to be excellent. One last thing on the Eagles, though. Kevin Patullo definitely has to figure it out. He definitely has to figure it out. We've had 3 weeks now. You've had a preseason. You've had an offseason to kind of conjure things up. Next week is like the make or break point, and figuring out what you need to get done as an offense. It was a great second half, okay? And we saw glimpses of it before the lightning delay against the Cowboys. But more often than not right now, this Eagles offense has not fully clicked. We need to see it fully clicking if they want to get back to this spot, okay? Which I think they fully are capable of. But Kevin Patullo has a lot to figure out about this offense. But a job well done, a win well earned, and the Birds are flying high, 3-0, going down to Tampa Bay for another Week 4 matchup with the Buccaneers next week. But nonetheless, let's kick it around the NFL. I have decided, I'm doing the look good, feel good, play good tier rankings. We're just going to post those on social media, and then we'll talk about them on Thursday's show when you guys are listening to it. That way I'm not waiting for Monday Night Football. That way some nights I'm not waiting for Sunday Night Football to get done, and I can kind of just methodically put it together, piece the graphic together and everything, and move it forward from there. But Wednesday when I record, I'll have the full look good, feel good, play good tier list to lay out for you guys, and I'll post it on social media hopefully Tuesday nights or something like that. We'll see how it all works out, but nonetheless, that's how I'm gonna push that moving forward. That way I'm not saying this team goes here, and you're not seeing anything because I'm not displaying it on the screen. Because guess what, guys? A new computer setup coming to the studio this week. I'm very excited. Thank you to the city of Vineland for their continued support and being the presenting partner and allowing things like this to occur. We have a new computer setup that I'm very excited. First time I'll ever have a setup like this. Gonna have a dual monitor setup, brand new Mac Mini with all the bells and whistles. That it's a huge purchase, but I'm very excited about it, and it's only gonna upgrade our content that much more. And I'm pumped. I'm pumped about it. I'm like giddy. I can't wait. I keep looking at the tracking, and it's not going to be here until Friday, so you won't have it until next Sunday's show when I record and watching and listening on Monday, but I'm super pumped. But nonetheless, new computer coming this week. Let's go. Let's go, baby. W's in the chat. W's in the comment section. Also W's in the comment section for our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. Guys, stand out in the crowd with the official merch partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. You wanna look good, feel good, play good? PHI Apparel Company's got you covered with their unique designs for all. There's no doubt in our minds that you will stand out in the crowd. Go to phiapparel.co and use code Underground at checkout to get a generous 10% off your next merch order. Again, phiapparel.co, code Underground, 10% off your next merch order. Stand out in the crowd with the official merch partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Let's go around the NFL, take a look at everything that's happened so far this week. This week 3 is there's only one game left. Monday Night Football is a doozy this week. Lions at Ravens. I will be seated for that one. Even though I got to work at the ass crack of dawn on Tuesday, I will be seated for that game. On Thursday, the Bills beat the Dolphins 31-21. The Vikings, Carson Wentz and Isaiah Rodgers, the former Eagles show, put on a show and took down the Bengals 48-10. The Jacksonville Jaguars get a dub in the Liam Cohen era over the Houston Texans for the first time. 2-1 are the Jacksonville Jaguars. Texans are 0-3. Danny Dimes and the Colts 41-20 over the Tennessee Titans down in Nashville. The Commanders nearly double up the Raiders 41-24 with help from Marcus Mariota as Jaden Daniels was out. Go Birds Nation 33-26. The Eagles beat the Rams 30-0 shutout piece for the Carolina Panthers over the Atlanta Falcons. Kurt Coupons made an appearance this week. Holy moly. The Pittsburgh Steelers, for the first time in a long time, go to Foxborough and beat the Patriots 21-14. The Browns find a way and beat the Green Bay Packers, the unstoppable, the improbable, America's darling Green Bay Packers. They beat them 13-10 due to the Cleveland Browns. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers survived the New York Jets 29-27. Mike Evans got injured in that game. That could play a big part in Week 4's matchup against the Eagles. We'll wait to see how things shake out there as the week moves on. The Chargers survived the Broncos 23-20. The Seahawks absolutely decimate Kellen Moore and the Saints 44-13. Da Bears. Bear Dan 31. Cowboys 14. CeeDee Lamb, high ankle sprain in this game. That's a rough blow for the Cowboys. The Bears get their first win in the Penn Johnson era. The Cowboys fall to 1-2. It's a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. The 49ers outlast the Cardinals 16-15. The Kansas City Chiefs take down Russell Wilson and the New York Giants up in North Jersey tonight, 22-9. Disgusting game. How does a game like that get greenlit for Sunday Night Football? Who says, let's put the New York Giants on Sunday Night Football against the Kansas City Chiefs? Who did that? I want to talk to the schedule makers, because who said it was a bright idea to put that game on Sunday Night Football? Now, I'm not complaining that the Eagles had a 1 o'clock game today. Not complaining at all. It was great to have the game in hand, 4 o'clock. My feet were kicked up. I was maxing and relaxing after Jordan Davis ran that beautiful touchdown back. But you're meaning to tell me Eagles-Rams wouldn't have been a much more entertaining matchup, pound for pound, team for team, talent for talent on Sunday Night Football? You're telling me Chargers-Broncos wouldn't have been more entertaining? You're telling me that, I don't know. I mean, Bills-Dolphins was on Thursday night, but, there was 2 matchups right off the top of my head there. Even 49ers-Cardinals, as ugly as it was, that would have been something. But the fact that Giants-Chiefs was greenlit for Sunday Night Football in Week 3 is disgusting work by the schedule makers. disgusting work. Because that game was disgusting. Just horrid. If you stayed up and watched that whole game, or you didn't tune out and do some other things during that game, I give you all the credit in the world. I give you all the credit in the world. Because that game was gross. And then Monday Night Football, Lions at Ravens, is going to be an absolute movie. I'm so pumped for that game. That game is going to rock. And then just taking a peek ahead early on, we'll do a lot more of this on Thursday's show when you guys are listening on Thursday. We've got morning football next week, Vikings-Steelers. I think that game's in Dublin. Is that in Dublin? Croke Park? Yeah. Vikings-Steelers in Ireland next Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Seahawks-Cardinals is Thursday Night Football. Eagles play at 1 o'clock again, which is beautiful. A beautiful thing there. Packers-Cowboys is Sunday Night Football. And then we've got Monday Night Football doubleheader next week. Jets at Dolphins. Bengals at Broncos. 2 disgusting, ugly, nasty games. Ravens-Chiefs next week at Arrowhead. Colts-Rams is going to be very good next week. Browns-Lions, with the way the Browns defense played, who knows? Who knows? Any other tasty matchups? Not too much, but there's some good matchups in week 4. But nonetheless, week 3 absolutely delivered in so many ways. And you look at the standings right now. The Eagles are in first place at 3-0, the final undefeated team in the NFC East, one of 3 undefeated teams in the NFC, along with the 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Eagles with a 77 points for, 63 points against. So what is that? 14 plus 14 in the score differential. Not too shabby. I'll take that. Best score differential of the undefeated teams. Yeah, I mean, like, the Birds are good, man. They're going to be good. And I hope, like, things start to click. That's all I'm asking for, is things just start to click for this team, because it's going to be a fun year if things get going and we start seeing a team that is truly living up to the talent that we all know they can live up to. But yeah, great week for the Birds. Cowboys lose, Giants lose. Commanders obviously won, but nonetheless, you won, so that offsets it. They lost last week. You're still ahead of them. Who else in the NFC? I mean, the Rams lose, so you have the tiebreaker over the Rams as well. That's huge for the playoffs. The Packers lost. So a lot of positives to take away from this week. You know, almost a Buccaneers loss, which would have been great, but at the end of the day, this was an overall net positive week for the Eagles, especially because you walked away with an awesome, memorable Week 3 win. And I did see an unreal stat. 2017, Jake Elliott's walk-off field goal against the Giants, 61 yards. That came in Week 3. Dallas Goedert against the Saints, 61-yard touchdown, Week 3 in 2024. Jordan Davis, 61-yard blocked field goal return for a touchdown in Week 3 here in 2025. Something about those 61-yard game-winning touchdowns and the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 3. But let's move from the gridiron to the baseball diamond. The Philadelphia Phillies, they unfortunately drop their series to the Arizona Diamondbacks. 2 out of 3 lost. But the Dodgers end up losing on Sunday, so that knocks the Phillies' number down to clinch a bye, down to 2. The magic number there is down to 2. It's unfortunate because the Milwaukee Brewers did lose on Sunday, so the Phillies would have had a chance to gain some ground there, which would have been nice. But you are still, let's see. We are still 4 games up on the Dodgers. 1 Phillies win and 1 Dodgers loss will clinch it, and that is why the Phillies are off on Monday. They're home the rest of the season. 3 against the Marlins, 3 against the Twins to close things out before Red October kicks into full gear. And you guys know we take Red October serious in this house. Wednesday, I'm going to do my best to be at Citizens Bank Park because I want to see the Phillies clinch or celebrate them clinching the bye. They can win on Tuesday. The Dodgers play later, so we won't necessarily know if they clinched until much later. So if that happens, being at the stadium on Wednesday is going to be a party pregame. It's going to be a fun-ass time. And then I will be there on Sunday for my final season ticket game of the 2025 season with CFO Margie. But it's unfortunate that they dropped this one. But at the end of the day, like, you're in, you clinch the division. You need a magic number of 2 to clinch the bye, which I think is fully in their grasp. And I think the Phillies are ready to rock. Like, they are. It feels like they're so dialed in to what the task at hand is. They understand what the mission is this year, and it just, something feels different about this team, and it has felt that way for quite some time, and I'm just excited to see them put their game faces on, get Trey Turner back. Alec Bohm has been phenomenal since coming back from the injured list. Figure out this rotation, and let's get Red October rocking and rolling. And the funniest part about today, my tip of the cap. My tip of the cap here, the old tip of the cap, is brought to you by our awesome pals over at 47. Guys, I'm rocking the 47 Super Bowl champion Eagles hat right now, but I'm rocking 47 all the time. I've got my Eagles and Phillies Carhartt collab collection, and 47 just released a whole bunch of new designs in one of my favorite hat styles, and that is the Diamond Cut 47 Hitch hat. Now, I'm going to pull this up here, and I wish 47, if anybody from 47 is listening to this podcast right now, this is the 47 Diamond Hitch. I'm holding it up on YouTube. Beautiful Phillies throwback. I need a Phillies regular logo now, red and blue. I need that bad, okay? I need that to be put on the website as well. But I also need them to sell these in blanks. I need blanks of the Diamond Hitch, even in just generic colors, because that would be sweet. So you can get them customized. But they just released a whole bunch of new ones for the Eagles, the Sixers, and the Flyers, which look absolutely gorgeous. And I definitely have to get the Flyers ones because they're absolute beauties. The Sixers ones are pretty sweet too. And it's red. The Sixers one is exactly what I want the Phillies one to look like, just with the Sixers logo instead of, the Phillies logo like I would like. And then the Eagles ones that they dropped are gorgeous. They have a white Kelly green one with green and black diamonds, white shell on the hat, green brim. They have a black shell with the white and green diamonds, green brim, Kelly green as well. And then they've had one that is a gray shell, green brim, green and white diamonds. And then they have one in the midnight green that is a black shell, midnight green brim, midnight green diamond with white diamond. That I already own that one because I'm a 47 sicko. I love 47 brand. They're my go-to hat of choice. I got a package from them the other day that had my Eagles Carhartt hat and a couple of Super Bowl 52 champion shirts. They're truly the best. Use our link in the description. Shop with 47. And when you join the 47 family, you get free shipping on all orders. So join the 47 family by using our link in the description, create an account, get free shipping on all orders from our friends at 47. And we thank 47 for being a proud partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. The tip of the cap goes to the Cincinnati Reds, the Washington Nationals, and the New York Mets. Who would have thunk we would have a New York Mets tip of the cap on this show ever? But the New York Mets have fallen out of postseason positioning for the first time since April the 5th. The Cincinnati Reds win their game today. The Mets lose their game today. The Reds have the tiebreaker. The Reds have leapfrogged the New York Mets, if in theory, by one game. If it were to end tied, the Reds would be in the postseason. The Reds are ahead of the Mets right now due to the tiebreaker, and the Mets are out of playoff position, which is just absolutely hysterical. And while it sucks that the Phillies lost the series to the Diamondbacks, it's still very funny that the Diamondbacks are still a game back of the Mets and the Reds for the final wild card spot. I would love to see Cincinnati get in. I would love to see Cincinnati get in over the Mets because I think the Phillies can beat Cincinnati. We've seen them do it. They've had some weird games against them this year, but I think the Phillies can handle their business. They are very, very inexperienced when it comes to the postseason outside of their manager, but nonetheless, I think the Phillies would be able to handle Cincinnati. I think the Phillies can handle the Dodgers. I think the Phillies can handle the Padres. They can handle the Cubs. And I genuinely think they can handle the Brewers now. If the Phillies are able to get out of the National League, win the National League pennant, be National League champions again in 2025, I think their path to being World Series champions is as clear as day. No team in the American League playoffs right now, the Houston Astros, the Cleveland Guardians, the Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees, Detroit Tigers, Seattle Mariners, or Toronto Blue Jays scare me whatsoever. Like, I think the Phillies can handle their own against all of those teams. And we've seen them do it this year against a number of those teams. They swept Seattle. They took 2 out of 3 from Detroit. They played well against Cleveland. They played well against Boston. Played well against the Yankees. I think the Phillies, their destiny is in their own hands. And if they can handle the National League playoffs like I think they can, it's going to be a fun October. And it's going to be even funnier when the Mets miss the playoffs and finish at or below 500. They're 80-76. 80-76 are the New York Mets. Their upcoming schedule. The Mets have 3 at Wrigley against the Cubs and 3 at Wrigley against the Cubs starting on Tuesday, and then they have 3 in Miami against the Marlins. It would be so funny if the Mets finished 500 or below. If they went 1-5, 0-6 in their last 6 games, oh my God. All pun intended right there. It would be so funny. And it's just hysterical that that's what it breaks down to. Oh, so funny. It's so funny. I can't help but laugh. I can't help but laugh. I love it. Hashtag LOL Mets, baby. Hashtag LOL Mets. LOL Mets. I also want to give another tip of the cap here on the show to an absolute legend who unfortunately passed away this morning as I record this on Sunday night. The best goalie to ever play for the Philadelphia Flyers, Bernie Parent, has passed away at the age of 80. The greatest to ever do it in a Flyers uniform. Just an absolute legend of the game. Won the Stanley Cup in those years with the Flyers. came back after playing with the Toronto Maple Leafs for a couple years and played for the Philadelphia Blazers, and then comes up and goes on a run with the Flyers and wins those back-to-back Stanley Cups. He embodied Philadelphia in a way that modernly Bryce Harper is doing, Jalen Hurts is doing. He embodies Philadelphia, and just an unfortunate loss to the Flyers family, the Philadelphia sports community, Philadelphia fandom, and just what an ambassador he was for the city of Philadelphia and Philadelphia sports. He unfortunately passed away in his sleep after pain in his back on Saturday, according to reports. He was the man, and it is going to be a huge loss in the Philadelphia Flyers community, in the Philadelphia sports community. And I saw John Clark tweeted today that Bernie Parent was protecting the goalposts when the Eagles won the game, which is pretty, if you believe in that kind of stuff, it's pretty cool to think about. Bernie just loved Philadelphia. He was part of the Legends group that threw out the first pitch during the World Series in 2022. He was a guy that, I always aspired to hopefully one day sit down with on this show, because his storytelling ability was impeccable, and unfortunately won't get that honor, but what an absolute legend. And he will be sorely missed in Philadelphia. So it's tough, but at the end of the day, legends never die. We tweeted that from the Underground account, and it's true. Legends never die. Bernie Parent will be remembered forever. His name will be spoken for decades and centuries beyond because of how incredible of a person he was. There was never anybody that had one bad word to say about him. He was just truly an impeccable human being, an unbelievable ambassador to the city of Philadelphia, an icon of Philadelphia sports, and he will be sorely missed moving forward. But legends never die, and Bernie will be remembered forever. So rest in peace, Bernie Parent. And I think the Flyers will be playing for something special this season with the passing of Bernie. So wanted to touch on Bernie Parent. Unfortunately, never got to see him play. I was not even a thought. But the legend of Bernie Parent has made its way to me. It will make its way generations beyond me because of how awesome of a person, player, and ambassador he was. So rest in peace to a true legend of Philadelphia, Bernie Parent. One final thing here that we will talk about is our Philadelphia Union, and it is brought to you by our awesome pals over at Biñho. Guys, Biñho had this sweet sale going on, and I made sure that I took advantage of it. I don't know if it's still going on right now because it was that awesome of a sale. Their mystery sale popped up. It has come and gone, unfortunately, but I got some sick shirts from Biñho for just $30. And I mean, Biñho's the best. It's paper football meets foosball in the next big tabletop gaming experience. You guys can use our link in the description. Shop with our friends at Biñho. Get your officially licensed Philadelphia Union boards. They've got these sweet Player 1 and Player 2 edition boards. The Player 2 is already sold out. The Player 1 looks sweet, very Red October-ish. They have the Magic Carpet limited edition one. That board is gorgeous. Check out all of their officially licensed MLS boards, all of their just sweet custom edition boards, the Circle Stripes, the Diamond Stripes edition, the Stadium Stripes, and so much more. Use our link in the description. Shop with our friends at Biñho, and you'll get 10% off your next order when you use code BiñhoBennett62. That's code Biñho Bennett 62 at checkout when you shop with our friends at Biñho by using our link in the description. And we thank Biñho for being a proud partner here at Underground Sports Philadelphia. I got to set up a whole Biñho setup down here. We have 3 boards here that we've had for years now. And I've been getting an itch to play Biñho, and hopefully I can break out a board this week because I would love to play in the near future. But speaking of an itch, the Philadelphia Union, they scratched an itch I had on this gut check that I sent out to them on our most recent episode before this one, where these final 4 games, they really had to take care of business. And while it was a slugfest, they found a way to win on Saturday against New England. New England catches a red card in that game. Bruno Damiani, baby. Damiani in the 70th minute puts the Union up 1-0. That's all they needed in this one. 60 points, 2 points ahead of Cincinnati going into this upcoming week of play. They're 5 points clear, or 7 points clear now of Charlotte. Math is hard. They are 3 points clear of San Diego for the Supporters' Shield, and they've got a game up against DC United in the week ahead on Saturday. DC, not good. Second to last in the East this season. They are not good. Go pump them. And then on Saturday, October 4th at 7:30 p.m., so not this Saturday, the following, it will be the Philadelphia Union and New York City FC. Your boy will be in the building with Sarah and Matt for that one. I want to check something here because that would not be ideal. Oh, that would not be ideal. I think I have. Oh, man. Well, I'm just realizing that the NLDS and all of that good stuff is potentially on the same day. Oh, that's funny. That's funny, Kyle. That's funny. Hopefully that I think our NLDS game is game 2. I think it's game 2. I don't know how to check that, though. That's the funny part. Because I forget what games I got. So that's fun. This is real time, just not knowing things. Great stuff, Kyle. Great Union segment here. But the Union are that much closer to another Supporters' Shield, which is exciting. That means another trophy coming to Philadelphia. And Andre Blake is back. He looked great. And, they finish up against Charlotte. That's effectively a playoff game to gear you up for the playoffs, especially after a week off in between for international break. I feel good now. The gut check's successful. The gut check is still on, though, here against DC. I want to see, who does Cincinnati play this coming weekend? They play Orlando City on Sunday. Orlando City, playoff team right now. Who do San Diego play? San Diego will go up against San Jose on Saturday. San Jose are, I don't think, very good. I could be wrong here. Yeah, they're not very good. So that's brutal. But we need San Jose to step up. Just like Atlanta stepped up this past week. But I can see a Supporters' Shield victory in our sights, and that's exciting. And again, we're gearing up for Eagles regular season, Phillies Red October, Philadelphia Union playoff run. It's going to be very exciting, and I can't wait. I'm pumped. I'm stoked, and it's a great time to be a Philadelphia sports fan. It's a great time to be a Philadelphia sports fan, okay? Gear up. Let's ride. Let's have some fun this fall. Let's have some fun. I'm excited. I'm excited, everyone. It's going to be a great one. It's going to be a great one. Let's go. Great Eagles win. Great Phillies, final stretch here. Let's make that happen. Hopefully I'll be there on Wednesday. I'll let y'all know. Hopefully my NLDS game is game 2. That way I'm at the Union game and then the Phil's game. But nonetheless, we're gearing up for an exciting fall here in the city of brotherly love. 3 very elite teams getting ready to go to battle day in and day out. Let's support them all. Let's get behind them all. They all deserve it. It's going to be fun times here in Philadelphia. It's hopefully going to be the reverse of 2022, where we get to the championships and we check some more boxes, bring home some more trophies, and have some more parades down Broad Street. Fun episode here. I was very excited to record this one. That is all I've got for you guys here. Make sure you're following us on the socials at Underground PHI across the board. We're on every social platform. Be sure to follow us. I know I said I was going to do run differentials and platinum plunk and everything. We'll get into that next week when the season comes to a close. We'll award our final winners there, and also give out a fun mini award to Otto Kemp for breaking the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs single season hit by pitch record, because that fucking rocks. Make sure you're following us on the socials at Underground PHI. You can follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311, KBIZZLE11 on Instagram. Subscribe to the pod, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave us a 5-star review. It really helps the show continue to grow. It helps me prevent having to go to a day job and hopefully get out of working a day job sooner rather than later. So keep subscribing. Apple and Spotify. Subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. Leave a like on the video. Drop a comment in the comment section. Click that bell icon so you know whenever new videos go live. And this show, guys, is proudly presented by the city of Vineland. And like I've been mentioning, the Garden State Comic Fest is coming to the new Vineland Convention Center Saturday, November 15th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, November 16th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Meet Melissa Joan Hart, yes, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, plus fan favorite stars like Dan Parent, the legendary Archie's comic artist and writer, Kevin Clash, the voice of Elmo, Splinter, and Baby Sinclair, and Keith Williams, the iconic comic book inker from Marvel and more. Comics, cosplay, collectibles, and over 6,000 fans. Visit gscfvineland.com for all the details. Again, the Garden State Comic Fest is coming to the new Vineland Convention Center Saturday, November 15th and Sunday, November 16th. Visit gscfvineland.com for all the details. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. This has been an episode, hasn't it, everybody? It has been an episode. Episode number 779. A Victory Monday. A gearing up for Red October and dooping along edition of Underground Sports Philadelphia. I'm your boy KB. Let's have ourselves a week. Let's have ourselves a week. I'll catch you guys on Thursday in your ears and on your eyes. I'll be recording on Wednesday. You can leave me a voicemail at speakpipe.com/undergroundsportsphiladelphia if you want to hear yourself on the show. But until then, I'm getting the heck up out of here. Go Birds, go Phils, go Union. I'll see you guys on the next one. But until then, I'm getting the heck up out of here, and I'm signing off. Peace.